Well, it is currently 10 to 6 in the morning and we are packing for our road trip to France. Yes, that is a paddleboard, and yes, it looks like we're going away forever, but that is just a week's worth of clothes. Sorry, 10 days. We've even brought a picnic blanket. This is how organised we are. And I'm packing with a fascinator on my head. We're going to a wedding when we're over there, and I didn't want to get it creased. And there's Eric with all the important things. So we've started our road trip. It is now 10 past 6 in the morning. A bit fraught because although this is a road trip, I've actually got a train to make at 6:30. Now, this isn't, like I say, this isn't a Top Gear challenge or anything like that. This is a road trip. I'm just taking a detour, and my lovely fiance has very kindly agreed to start his journey down south very early in the morning just to drop me off at the train station. So the plan is, I've got a course in London I've got to attend, so I'm getting the train down to London. He obviously A, couldn't get me there in time, we're currently up in the northeast of England, and B, wants to avoid London traffic at all time, hence why I'm going to take the train. And he's got to make his hopefully very slow, calm, chill way down to Folkestone, where we're going to meet again later tonight. We've got a nice little B&B booked and a Michelin star meal, so really kicking things off in style, hopefully. And we've just filled up for petrol. I'm not sure you can see that. Oh, welcome to life in the 21st century. How much petrol is that? Bye.
So I'll see you in Folkestone.
Now we must part. Eric has a drive of, that's not zooming in, that's not focusing even, 305 miles. Whilst I take the train down to London for my course.
Summer's end, by the campfire, all my friends in our empire, yeah. Wasted time never feels wasted when I'm wasted. Lately I've been questioning what I'm doing here. I'm burdened by the weight of who we were, and it hurts to leave.
This is the town of Hythe that we've arrived in. We're staying right here for the night. It's called the Castle Hotel. Obviously Eric checked in earlier, he just picked me up off the train. And we're going to a Michelin star restaurant, which is just up there. So I thought I'd give you a very quick room tour of the place we're staying in Hythe, the Castle Hotel. Very quick because it's very, very small. I'll put down in, I'll add into the video how much we paid for this because I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think it was too expensive. At least I hope it wasn't too expensive when you see the room we've got. So this is our hotel room. Very basic, but we're only here one night, so I'm sure it'll do the job. A tea, coffee, desk, and a vanity area, I guess. And a lovely view into people's gardens. Bathroom, once again, very basic, but clean. It'll do the job, won't it? So I'm aware I haven't really actually explained how this holiday is going to go. So basically we, as you'll have seen, we left Middlesbrough at 6 o'clock this morning. Eric dropped me off at Darlington train station. I hopped on the train. I've spent the day in a very long, boring course in London whilst Eric drove here. Now he arrived down in Hythe, is that how you say it? Hythe? At 11 in the morning. Obviously that was far too early for check-in, so basically just sat in the car and did some work, I think. He did try and check in earlier at about 12 and they said no, you got to come back at 3. He came back at 2 apparently and says, look, can I check in yet? And they were like, yes, if you pay extra. They had a room, this room was free, they just wanted to charge him for it, which I think was a bit harsh given that they knew he'd basically been hanging around this town all day. And I say town, it's probably more of a village. It is tiny. Quite quaint though, and like I say, it's got its own Michelin star restaurant, which is where we're going to be going now. So I'm just going to get changed out of this tracksuit. I feel like you might be seeing a lot of this. It's the most comfortable thing I own for driving in. So we're going out for dinner, and then up early again tomorrow. Our Eurotunnel booking, or our train, is at 7:50. I think we've got to get there an hour beforehand. So the reason we've picked this place is that it's only 15 minutes away, so it won't be a super early start like it was this morning. And then straight over to Calais, and then we've got a pretty long drive. We've got about 9 hours until we're down to the Burgundy region, and obviously I'll fill you in more tomorrow as and when we go, but that's the general plan. So I've gotten ready in about 10 minutes, which I think is the fastest I've ever got ready. Our reservation's at 8 and it is now literally 5 minutes to. So we just got to dash over there, although it's just started raining. In fact, it looks pretty miserable outside now, so we are really got to run. So come on, let's go.
Soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I thought, that's what they taught. Yeah, I'ma take my chance till I drop. You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about. Oh, you know, done my thinking, me and you. Guess it's over. It was a rainbow, but we're sinking. Lost my hue. I might come running back when our hearts get back on track. When the stars line up, that's that.
This?
I've been attached.
So this is Chateau de Framboise. Bit hard to find, but this is the main entrance. Just waiting Eric bringing the car around. 22 degrees and it's 6:30 at night, so I can get used to this sort of weather. So this is our room for the night, Chateau Perrin. How nice is this? Look at the old armoire. How amazing is that? The bed. Very unusual. No toilet. But just a lovely shower. And vanity, but saving the best to last. Look at the view. Just as far as the eye can see, vineyards. So yeah, another very quick turnaround. We arrived about, well, actually just half an hour ago, but showered, freshly changed, because there's a Chopin concert tonight here at the hotel, which we thought would be fun to get tickets to, so we've got tickets for that. It starts in half an hour, so all I need to do now is find a toilet, because if you wanted a toilet in your room, apparently it went from, I think this is about €70 a night to 700 a night. I will put the exact prices, I'll add them into this later. And then I also want to find somewhere to get a drink. Breakfast is included, but we haven't seen anywhere yet that looks like it does any food tonight or any sorts of drinks. So fingers crossed we manage to find something in the hotel tonight. I believe this is the dining room where breakfast will be served in the morning. Sadly no wine. And this is what they'd class as reception. Imagine waking up to this view every morning. How stunning is that? Good morning from France. So last night we went to the concert, the Chopin concert, as I mentioned. It was really good, although it went on longer than we thought it would. So it transpired that, and we probably should have researched this before we came, this chateau only has about 10 rooms, if that. So there was obviously no restaurant or no bar or anywhere, and we didn't have enough time to then go into town. So very hungry. But we've just finished breakfast here, and it was the most amazing breakfast I think I've ever had in my life. It was only Eric and I were the only two in the most amazing stately room, with a full spread, all the amazing French pastries and cheesies and cereals. So that was lovely, and I think I definitely recommend it here for that reason. And also, come check out the view. Look at this, right? You can actually see people working in the vineyard this morning, and the birds were singing, and it's about 22 degrees outside. How amazing. So Eric's just gone to get the car, bring it round so we can check out at 11, and then we're going to do a vineyard tour here at Chateau Framboise, and then we're heading closer into Saint-Emilion, which is where we're staying tonight, and hopefully we might have time to hire some bikes today. If not, that's certainly something we're going to do tomorrow, and basically be drunk and charge our bicycle all day, cycling around the vineyard. I'll put everything in the description box down below, and I'll link in the price so you can see what we paid. Very reasonable. Cons, I would have liked a toilet in the room. You don't want to be walking down the corridor in your pyjamas at night if you need to go to the toilet. It was a bit quiet. It is a very small chateau, so there wasn't a lot of other guests when we were here. Obviously I'm sure that changes. Would have been nice to have had other people. We felt like we were sort of whispering as we're walking around because we didn't want to disturb the owners. But other than that, room was incredible. The setting is just absolutely stunning, and breakfast was impeccable. Couldn't fault it at all. So amazing value for money if you're ever in this area. As I said, we're about 10 minutes outside of Saint-Emilion, so right in the heart of Bordeaux's wine country. Absolutely perfect.
Run away for a day just to say that we did it, yeah. Oh yeah. Making plans, holding hands, running wild for a while, yeah. Oh yeah. So let's not stop here, baby. We've been lost here lately. Don't get caught here, baby, yeah. Oh yeah. You and I know can face it all. Oh yeah.
Didn't have time to do a vlog when we arrived, so this is the one night accommodation that we stayed in Saint-Emilion. Not sure how the lights work. There's a wee sitting area down here. Apologies, it's in the dark. This is the only toilet, which is a bit of a pain because we were upstairs, which I'll show you to now. These are really cute, but the most rickety, noisy stairs known to man. And this is the bedroom. So, sink and shower. Nothing special, but it was comfy enough. Nice and quiet. It was a bit hot though, to be fair. And how's that again for an amazing view? I think France is bringing home all the best views so far in this holiday. Right, here's a tip for you if you are driving to Saint-Emilion. Google L'École, the local primary school, and there is a massive free car park. It's got toilets and everything, and there doesn't seem to be any limits on how long you can stay for. There's a few camper vans here, and we've been here for the past 24 and a bit hours. So we've just left Saint-Emilion and we're now heading to Emmet. It's only about an hour away, but we're hoping to stop on the way just to get a bite to eat for breakfast. As you can see though, oh look, it goes glorious day in the south of France. So we've just stopped off at a wee boulangerie. That's not the most French thing you've ever seen. Wee bags. We've got some pain au chocolats and not particularly French, but some Portuguese tarts. And the world's biggest apple juice of my life. Look at that, size of my head. But only €3. And the guy in there was absolutely lovely. So that's breakfast sorted. Now we're going to continue our journey to Emmet. Greetings from Emmet. We are currently just heading for dinner at a place called Walnut. It was recommended by a friend of ours who has been here a few times and says it's got the best food. Luckily for me, it's got a fair few vegetarian options, so we'll let you know how that goes. We've checked into the most lovely B&B as well, so I'll be sure to add in some clips from that. I've not yet showed you it, but it's really, really cute and all proper handmade. So we're just, like I say, heading for dinner now, and I believe that is it over there. And this is our accommodation, 52 Emmet, I think it's called. I'll add in the correct name. Greetings from Emmet. We're just about to leave actually. We were at a friend's wedding yesterday with a free bar, hence why this is a thing. I didn't vlog that, but it was the most incredible day. An amazing venue just outside Emmet. I'll put in the description box what it is if you want to look it up. If you're interested in getting married in the south of France, would definitely recommend it. But we've stayed here for the past 2 days. It's called 52 Emmet, and it is the nicest place we've stayed so far. Little bed and breakfast, and the hosts have been incredible. Like, everyone who's staying here has been at the wedding and they could tell that everyone was hungover. So breakfast this morning, they made us omelettes. And I'll insert a picture here as to where we've been having our breakfast. It's utterly amazing. Excuse the fact that we have already slept in this room. Like I say, we're checking out. But how adorable is this? I think everything's handmade. Well, I think it definitely is. You'll notice the curtains are all the same material as the pillows. And look at this. We even get wee slippers and like a scenty thingy-majig. I don't know what you'd call that. But the amount of like love and attention that's gone into this place is just impeccable. And this is the bathroom. How French, a little half bath. Don't know whether I'd like to use that or not, to be honest. Yeah, but it is lovely. So we're back in the car, just about to set off on our next ridiculously long drive. We're heading to Marseille. I think it should be about just shy of 6 hours. We'll see how the roads are. Staying in Marseille for 2 nights, and then once again back on the roads.
Summer's end by the campfire, all my friends in our empire. Yeah, wasted time never feels wasted when I'm wasted. Lately I've been questioning what I'm doing here. I'm burdened by the weight of who we were, and it hurts to leave. Please don't make me feel guilty. I know I'm guilty. Please, I'm so sick of feeling down, stuck in this city. We at the time of our lives, but now that's history. And I hope you miss me. I can't keep coming out, getting fucked up on whatever. You know I gotta grow up. I just wanna stay young forever. I got big dreams inside my head, my diamonds made under pressure. And I'm here wondering if I'll ever get my shit together. Oh, 'cause I'm not ready to be better. All I want is to be better. I'm not ready to be better. All my friends being distant just cements my decision. I can see that I was made for something different. Growing pains, I'm changing, and it's strange, I'm not complaining. But do I always have
we're in
to learn the hard way?
We hunt a nice bite to eat. There's loads of restaurants around the seaside, right on the seafront, I mean, and it's lovely, spoilt for choice. All fairly similar, but a very tasty meal. Now we're just really walking around. It's not the sort of place I'd say you need to come to for more than a day, maybe one evening. There's a beach that you can sunbathe on, but in terms of things to do and see, unless you're really into hiking, which unfortunately I wore sandals, so we're not doing any of that today. There's just a few little shops and whatnot, but it's a lovely, lovely place, and I would highly recommend coming here. As I said, it's only 20 minutes on a train out of Marseille, so yeah, why not? So we are walking back to the train station now after a lovely day spent in Cassis. I don't know if I said earlier, you can get a taxi to the train station and a shuttle bus, but unfortunately the bus requires a mask, and we haven't found anywhere that would sell us one. They just don't seem to be available for some reason. Maybe it's just the fact that Cassis is a dead small town. And we had some drinks right outside the taxi rank, and there was so many taxis there. And then we finished our drinks, turned around, and all the taxis were gone. And we waited like 10 minutes and another one never arrived. So we're walking, which, like I said earlier, it's about 20-25 minutes. It's a lovely walk. I'll video some scenery so you'll see it. It's really, really nice. There's like vineyards and all that right on the walk. So yeah, I'll go back to the train station now, get the train back into Marseille, probably go get changed, smarten up a bit. I am aware I look like a bit of a cross between a paedophile and an 80s porn star with these sunglasses on. But I've got really bad hay fever today, so I've just kept it, trying to keep it calm. So here's a very brief room tour of the place where we've been staying. It's set in an old French building, which is really nice, but it does mean it has a few quirks. It seems to be a thing that all the bathroom furniture, shall we say, like the baths and the toilets in France, have lights. Like above that, right there, above the tap hole, is a light that changes colour when you're showering or in the bath. Bit random. But it's got a washer, you know, should you be here for longer. Some quite nice mod cons. Toilets in a separate room down there. Now, I would show you, this is a 3-bedroom apartment, I think, and I would show you it, but unfortunately, they locked all the other doors, so we can't. I can only show you our room, which has got a bit of the old office aesthetic. But there we go. That is a map of, or an image, I guess you'd say, of Marseille. It's quite cool. And we do have quite a nice big living area. Quite a cool place to hang out with a fully stocked kitchen with all your utensils and whatnot, should you want to do more of your own thing in terms of cooking. And, although Eric is not included, it does have a lovely, lovely balcony. In terms of location, it's right in the port area. There is a cool square just over there, and the port itself, I don't know if you can see it, is literally just there. So really ideally suited. But as I say, not a particularly big fan of Marseille. So onwards and upwards. So we've just arrived at Chateau Gilly. I assume that's maybe how you say it. Yeah, whatever. Gilly. It's about 20 minutes outside Beaune, which is one of the big wine regions, or wine towns at least, of France. I'd never heard of it, but Erica did a bit of research and said that it's a really cool place, so we're going to head there tonight. But I thought I'd do you a quick room tour first, starting in the hallway of this place though. Like, I don't know if you can see. Look out there. How amazing is that? And this is our room. Nice, eh? Look at the fireplace. Looks very authentic. Not sure if it is original, mind, but certainly looks it. I assume that's maybe a drinks cabinet. I haven't honestly looked yet. But look out here, this is the best bit. She says if you can manage the window. There we go. How is that for a view? We're going to go walk around the grounds in a bit, so I'll take you with us so you can see what it's like on the outside. But I am very impressed so far. This is absolutely stunning. Okay, so firstly, excuse the red nose, French pollen hits hard. But we've just driven from Chateau Gilly into Beaune, which is a town I mentioned earlier, just for the evening. Now, we didn't think this through very well, but it transpires that taxis are like an absolute fortune and also quite hard to come by. So the hotel have told us that a taxi is about between 40 and 60 euros. So we've driven in, we'll go for a meal, we're going to leave the car here, get a taxi back. We've pre-booked one for 10 o'clock. And then tomorrow there's a train service, and I think it's literally like 10 minutes and 5 euros. But the reason we're not doing that tonight is that the last train out of Beaune is about 20 to 8, which obviously if you want to go for dinner just isn't ideal. So yeah, hopefully this car park will do for our car for the next couple of days, and we can just train back and forth once we've taken the one taxi back to the hotel tonight. But it's definitely something to bear in mind, because even in Saint-Emilion, where we were earlier, like a good few days ago now, they basically said that the train station was like 10 minutes out of town, but was 35 euros, which is utterly obscene. Like, you could literally just walk it. It was a piece of cake. But yeah, so here we are, and let's go explore. Very excited to see what Beaune has to offer. So we've just arrived back at Chateau Gilly. We got told the taxi was 40 to 60 euros, which, as I said earlier, was extortionate for anyone's means. But unfortunately, when we arrived here, they told us that the restaurant was fully booked tonight, and there's nowhere else in this village that you can eat. So, you know, we just bite the bullet. The taxi was actually 75 euros for a journey that was no more than 15 minutes. I mean, I'll look it up and I'll add in here what it was in terms of kilometers and miles or whatever, but it was very, very short. So yeah, we're feeling a bit like, oh god, I can't believe we just spent all that money on a taxi. But it was necessary, and Beaune was, the meal was very average. You'll have seen what I had. Basically, it was classed as a vegan dish, but it was basically a vegetarian burger that you'd get from like Iceland or like your local frozen food shop, and full of cheese, which is why I'm saying it's vegetarian, not vegan, because I feel like the French are probably allergic to the concept of vegan cheese. Yeah, so it was very average, and quite an expensive meal. But nonetheless, it was a nice night. The town looked amazing, so I'm quite excited to go back tomorrow. And as I said, we'll be taking the train, so that'll hopefully be a lot cheaper. So yeah, back in the hotel now. I'm gonna have some drinks. I'll show you the bar. It's really, really nice actually. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Tastes white. And to prove that the French take soil very seriously, here is some in a presentation box, museum style. So we arrived in the town of Epernay. It was about a 3-hour drive from where we were in the Burgundy region. And Epernay is, well, it's self-styled, I think, as like the Champagne capital of France. It's a small town as opposed to the bigger places in Champagne, which are cities. But it is the home of Moet and Chardon and other places like that. There's actually an entire street called Avenue de Champagne, which is where we are now. And we are at, I don't even know where we are, Perrier-Jouet. And this is a great thing. They've got loads of cellars that you can tour around, and they've also just got gardens where you can come and drink their champagne. So loving life. I mean, I'll get Eric, who's behind the camera now, just to show you a little tour of where we are. So yeah, got a bottle of champagne, which was I think about 80 euros, and they do food as well, so we're just getting some light bites. We'll probably go out again later for a proper meal. And then we're going to hire some bikes tomorrow and do more of the surrounding countryside, because the drive in was honestly one of the nicest drives I've ever done in my life. It's just rolling hills as far as the eye can see. And I mean, France in general has been amazing scenery, but this particular area just really tops it, I think.
Run away for a day just to say that we did it, yeah. Oh yeah. Making plans, holding hands, running wild for a while, yeah. Oh yeah. So let's not stop here, baby. We've been lost here lately. Don't get caught here, baby, yeah. Oh yeah.
So here's a very quick room tour just before we check out of where we've been staying the past couple of days. Nothing special at all, but very clean, so what more do you want? This place does give me slightly public toilet vibes, maybe, with all the pipes. And then this, once again, very basic, but it did the job. We've made it back to the UK. It was 9 hours and not much of interest happened, so I didn't end up vlogging any of it in the end. I realise this video has been super long, so thank you so much for sticking around if you have made it this far. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a separate, much smaller video in relation to travelling around France in general, particularly the driving and whatnot, or if there's anything else you'd like to see. This is hopefully the start, she says, watch this space, of more frequent posting from myself. So if you'd be interested in any more videos in travel, health and wealth, then be sure to like this video and subscribe down below. So once again, thank you so much. I'm Robin Banks and I hope you have a brilliant rest of the day.